Sarah, I brought this box of candy for you. You know what they say? You've probably heard it before. Sweet's for the sweet? Well, I mean it. You're sweet.
I hate candy.
Well, you always liked candy before.
That was then. This is now.
But, Sarah, it's your favorite kind.
Maybe Crazy Annie likes candy. She can have it.
You just said you hated her. Now, why would you want to give her my candy?
Look, Heather, I'm wise to you. This candy is just another one of your tricks.
How can candy be a trick?
I don't know. All I know is that it is.
Sarah, I brought you this candy because you're my friend, that's all.
That's a joke. You, my friend? You went away and you left me here.
Sarah, I didn't leave you. I was released because I'm getting better.
Besides, I don't need you anymore. I have a new friend, Joe Kelly.
How can you be so sure that Joe's a good friend?
Because he won't, try and trick me the way you do.
Sarah, I'm not trying to trick you. I don't know what you're talking about. Quit.
And because he wouldn't desert me the way you did.
Sarah, what makes you think Joe's such a good friend? You don't even know him.
Don't start saying bad things about Joe. Don't start your tricks with me again, Heather.
Sarah, I'm not trying to trick you. I just came to visit you because I like you. I brought you the candy because I'm your friend, not because I have to. I care about you.
Look, Heather, I told you Joe's coming to see me this afternoon. And I want to look really nice for him.
Sarah, why can't we just sit on the bed and talk like we used to?
Because I told you I don't have time. Why don't you just go away so I can look really pretty for Joe?
See, there is just no way that I can buy your theory.
Why not?
Because it doesn't add up. Look, let's go through it. According to you, Heather's motive for the murder would have to be passion, hatred, right? She'd have to believe that Diana Taylor was taking away from her everything that she loved, her husband, her child.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay. Now, here's a woman with all the seething hatred inside of her, and she has to sneak out of Forest Hills, get into Diana's apartment, and then murder Diana?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Joe. Come on. Now, let's add it all up. Ready? We have a woman now full of hatred, passionate hatred. Now face to face with a woman who she thinks is ruining her life. This is a woman who knows nothing about firearms, never had a gun in her hand in her life before this time. There is no way that I can imagine any possible way that she could fire one shot and kill Diana. Joe, in the heat of passion, she would just keep squeezing that trigger over and over and over until every bullet in that gun was gone. So there goes your theory. Because we know that Diana Taylor was killed by one shot, expertly fired.
I gotta admit, you're making a bit of sense.
Oh, I thought it would never happen. Getting through to you is not easy.
Yeah. But I've got my intuition, and I've got to follow up on it.
Intuition, Joe, intuition does not solve murders. It takes hard work, a lot of digging, until you get true facts, absolute evidence.
I'm going to give you absolute evidence.
Oh,
No, I'm going out to Forest Hills today. I'm going to talk to that night security guard again. Now, I talked to him once before, sure, but he was tired, he was grouchy. He just got off a night shift. I'll talk nice. Maybe he can give me the identification I need.
Oh, maybe. Now it's maybes. Before you're on moonbeams, next comes rainbows.
Ah, Bert! I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to talk to the guard, and you can bet. I'm going to talk to Sarah.
Sarah? Sarah, I bought you another present. Don't you even want to see what it is I brought you? Look at how beautiful it is. Look.
Hey, Jessie. Mm-hmm? Where do you think Laura is?
I don't know. And naturally, it's none of my business.
Yeah, but aren't you just a little bit curious?
No, not at all.
Well, I am. I think it's awfully strange for her to run off without any explanation.
Maybe she needed a break from the office.
Oh, come on. I don't buy that for a second. First, Luke disappears from the auction, and now Laura's gone. Come
What am I going to do about your gossiping? File this, would you please?
Yes, ma'am.
Dr. Banks, call the lab on line 4B. Dr. Banks.
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Do you know where I may be able to find Leslie?
Well, I'm not sure if she's still in the clinic, but I can page her.
You don't have to. There she is right now.
Leslie,
Tony, what a nice surprise.
I've come to sweep you away from here to have lunch with me on my yacht.
Oh, I'm sorry. I promised to have lunch with Amy today.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to it. Besides, I'm starved.
Well, then.
I'm sure Amy won't mind postponing lunch with you this one time.
Well,
Amy, this isn't fair. You see Leslie every day, and I'm not so fortunate. I'm sure you can't forgo Leslie's presence just once for me. What do you say?
Well, when you put it that way.
Fine, then it's settled. I appreciate your thoughtfulness, Amy.
Oh, yes, thank you, Amy.
You are going to be in for a wonderful treat.
I am. Oh, goody, I love treats. What is it?
I had fresh bass brought in this morning.
How did you know that I love bass?
It's my favorite.
Isn't that nice? Well, the next time I'm down on the waterfront, I will personally go into the fish market and bring you home some. I'll remember that.
Amy, I promise to send the finest bass from my own fishing boat, and I promise it will surpass everything you've ever tasted before. It will make me happy.
Thanks, I'd appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
Yes. Thank you. Tony, if you give me just a minute, I will get out of this and get my purse. Oh, I brought these down, Jesse, and if you would check me out, I'd appreciate it, and I won't take very long.
Don't have to rush, Leslie. We have plenty of time.
But I'm hungry.
Dr. Robert Troutman, OR, stat.
You know, Jesse, I bet if Laura had hinted that she wanted to have lunch on the yacht, she'd get to go.
Amy, why don't you take those flowers up to Mrs. Kirkendall on 7 before they wilt?
Yeah, and then I'll go grab a peanut butter sandwich.
Yeah, Lorenzo, it's like I said. The problem is to get you to the hideout without Cassadine's men seeing you. Yeah. Wait a second. Let me get the map. I got a map in the glove compartment. Okay, here we are. Now, maybe with this map we can find a route and a way to get there.
Yeah.
Okay, here we are. We're about over here.
Right.
And we got to get to here. Wait a second. There it is.
Oh, good neighborhood.
Well, what do you want? Do you want a hideout or do you want white picket fences and cookouts?
Cookouts are nice. Well, hey.
Will you stop kidding around, man? We got a problem here.
I know.
Look, here's what I think. I think the best way for you to go is through Sparky's Alley. You know Sparky's Alley?
Yeah, right. Okay.
Take Sparky's Alley.
All right, but I'll tell you something. I've been wearing these same clothes all over town. I'm going to be recognized. I need a change of clothes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, I can get you the clothes, but let me get going now because we got to get there, okay?
Hey, look, you know, I appreciate this. I'm causing you a lot of trouble and I'm putting you through a lot of stuff, but I'll make it up to you, all right? Thank you.
I worry about it. Do me a favor, would you, pal?
Yeah.
Just stay low. Stay down.
Okay. Listen, I like Italian suits.
I'll try my best.
I don't want anything from you. I have nothing to say to you, so why don't you just go away and leave me alone?
So please, don't act this way.
Didn't you hear what I said? I have nothing to say to you. I'm gonna wash up, change my clothes, so I can be ready for Joe.
What makes you think Joe's your friend?
Oh, don't start up with me again. I know Joe's a good friend.
Sarah, listen to me. Please, you don't know.
I have nothing to say to you, and I don't want you here when Joe comes.
Sarah, I'm your only friend. He's not your friend.
Not anymore.
Where is that gun? I just misplaced something. I was looking for it.
Oh, candy!
Yes, it's wonderful candy. It's delicious. Why don't you try it?
Yes, I like candy.
I've got a good idea. Why don't you take it to the patient lounge and share it with some of the other patients?
Can I do that?
Sure, go right ahead. I bet they'd really appreciate it. They'd like you for it.
Yes, they like me.
Sure they will.
I'll do that.
Edward, we are going to have to do some fast thinking. Because if Duval leaves, we are in big trouble.
Well, the formula's the only thing that can keep us from ruin.
Yes, I know that, and we can't let him leave with that formula.
Well, you have to put yourself in his shoes. Look what the poor man's been through. He's been a virtual prisoner ever since he arrived in Port Charles.
Well, Edward, I had no choice. Now, I had to handle him in that manner.
Well, I know, but you can imagine how isolated he feels. He's been alone too long. When you're alone too long, you begin to think too much, and that leads to brooding. I think that's what he's been doing.
Oh, he has no reason to brood.
Well, of course he has. Isolation can lead to that. Remember, you haven't given him anything except bad news and excuses for failure.
That's true.
Man's at the end of his rope. I think that's why he's threatening to leave, and that threat is very real. Alex, he's had it.
Well, we're just going to have to change that feeling now, aren't we?
How are we going to do that?
I don't know. Give me a few minutes to think.
Somehow or other, we have to get some good news.
Oh, good news. Terrific. Now, you know everything has gone sour up to this point.
Well, we'll just have to make some up.
Suppose, Edward, now just suppose that I call Duval and tell him that everything's turned around, that everything is all right. As a matter of fact, everything has gone so perfect that I'm ready to leave for Jamaica.
It's not a bad idea. But words alone aren't going to work anymore. He's had it up to here with promises. Let me think. Maybe you ought to present him with some plane tickets.
Yes, of course. Of course. That's it. Very good idea, Edward. Very good.
You get the plane tickets and then plan your approach very carefully. Now, you have to be very, very convincing. He must not disbelieve you at all.
He won't.
And, well, don't be overly confident. Formulate everything in your mind before you contact him. Anticipate any question that he might ask. Remember, he's been led down the garden path too often, and too often that has led to disappointment and excuses.
Edward, there's no way he's going to think that I'm conning him. Because down deep inside, he wants to believe me. And I'm going to use that to make him believe me. I'll just have the plane tickets as extra proof.
You can do it, Alex.
Oh, I'll do it.
You must do it. Now, if you get the formula...
When I get the formula.
All right, when you get it. Things are going to be a lot better for us. This whole damn world won't be falling down around our feet. Once we have the formula, at least we'll have half a world.
Edward, I'm not going to let the world crumble down. Maybe that statue is out of our hands at the moment. I mean, I don't believe that, but let's just say for a moment that it is. I still have that formula, and that puts us in a very good negotiating position.
That's far better than having absolutely nothing.
Trust me. I'll get it.
You must get it, Alex. For both our sakes.